Welcome back to Math Mini Lessons. In this lesson, we're going to talk about expressing division in fractional form. So while I'm modeling, look to see how I accurately identify the dividend and divisor in a problem, how we express division in 3 different ways, and how we express quotients as fractions or mixed numbers. Which expression is equivalent to 3/5? So again, if I'm thinking about this as a division sentence, how am I going to rewrite this? I can read it from top to bottom. So this literally says 3 divided by 5. That's how I would read it. And that matches our choice over here, 3 divided by 5. How do I know that it's not 5 divided by 3? Well, when you see 3/5, is this more than 1 or less than 1? We know that this is less than 1. So this can't be the same as 5 divided by 3. If I were to divide 5 divided by 3, are you going to get an answer that's more than 1 or less than 1? Well, you're going to get more than 1. So that's why this cannot be 5 divided by 3. But if I had 3 divided by 5, 3 is on the inside, I'm going to get an answer that is less than 1. All right, so let's hit pause and jot this one down into our notes. Let's look at our second model problem. A group of 4 miners found 10 ounces of gold. The miners shared the gold equally. How much gold in ounces did each miner receive? So how much gold did each miner receive? So I want to start by just thinking about the 3 different ways I can show division. All right, the first way is just our traditional division way. So think for a minute, what is being divided? What is our dividend in the problem? Well, the gold is being divided. So this is our dividend. It's what's going to get divided. So 10 is going to be divided by, it's going to be shared by our 4 miners. So this is our divisor in the problem. So 10 divided by 4. That's one way. We could also look at this in terms of long division. And in long division, we would have the 10 inside the house and the 4 on the outside. Or we can also express this as a fraction where the 10 is being divided by 4. Any of those 3 ways work. I just want to make sure that we're really clear about that. Where what's being divided is always first. As our dividend, and how it's being shared is our divisor. Okay, so we have this case. So our question really is asking, so how much gold does everyone get? So now I just have to solve the problem here, and these are nice simple enough numbers, so I'm just going to use my long division to do this. 4 does not go into 1, but 4 goes into 10 2 times, so everyone can get 2 ounces. And there's 2 left over, so I'm going to use that in fractional form, 2/4. So that's how much gold everyone gets. I do want to simplify that into 2.5 ounces. All right, so that's I just simplified my fraction. Okay, so now let's look at what choices they gave us and what answers are there. So in the first one, it says 1/4. So that doesn't make sense to me, 1/4, because it's saying, in this case, I have 1 of something being divided by the 4 miners. So nope, they expressed a fraction, but those aren't even the right numbers and they're in the wrong order. 2, 4 divided by 10. So look, they have the 2 numbers here, the 4 and the 10. And some kids just see that and they stop right there. But this doesn't make sense because we're not dividing the miners by ounces of gold. So this does not make any sense. Let's look at the next one. 2 2/10. So I get the 2, like we had a 2 in our answer as well, but we did not have 2 tenths left over. We did have a 2 left over, but we don't go 2 over 10. So that doesn't make sense. So this is a kid who doesn't understand what the remainder would mean. I have 2 out of the 4 people I still need to share. So simple mistake. It makes a lot of sense, but it just means a kid who needs to work on their remainders. And that leaves us with 2.5, which absolutely does match our thinking and our work. All right, so hit pause and jot this down into your work so you can express any division problem in all 3 ways. And now you know how to recognize it in any of these 3 ways. All right, we have 2 guided practices for you to try. Here's our first one. Mr. Hinkie owns 83 acres of land. He divides the land into 8 equal sections to sell to 8 buyers. Write 2 equivalent expressions. So 2 equivalent expressions that represent the problem. And you know 3 different ways, so pick 2, hit pause, jot them down, and we'll go over the answers in a second. All right, let's start with the easiest one first, which is if you have just a regular division, just typical division sentence. So which number is first? Which is our dividend? What number are you dividing? It is the 83 acres. The 83 acres is being divided by 8. So if you had that first one, you can check it off in your notes. Let's try long division next. So again, which number is being divided? What number is in the house? It is the 83 divided by 8. So if you expressed it in long division, that is what it would look like. And let's look at it in fractional form. Oops, I didn't make it look like fractional form. And so which number is being divided? That's our numerator. The 83 is being divided, so that number is on top, by 8. So all of these say the exact same thing. 83 divided by 8. Check off your work, and we're going to go to the next guided practice problem. Which phase describes how much land in acres each buyer will receive? So now you actually had to do your 83 divided by 8. So hit pause so you can figure this out, and they're not asking for an exact answer. So where does your answer lie between what 2 whole numbers? Go ahead. All right, let's go over the answer. The correct answer for this one would be B, more than 10 and less than 11. So this one, if you had an error, is probably computational. So we have 83 being divided by 8. So we would do your regular long division. And we can't do anything more with that one. So we have 10. So our remainder is going to be 3 out of 8. So there's our remainder. And that means that that number would be between 10. So 10 and 3/8 is somewhere in here between 10 and 11. A little bit more than 10, less than 11. Well, that's it for today's lesson, Math Marbles. I hope you found this helpful. And now when they represent division as a fraction, it is not going to throw you off. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.